Hi, this is Eric.
And I'm Tiffany.
We are Terrific Pace Gaming, and we are with...
Just Got Played.
Yes, and today we're going to be unboxing Beyond the Sun, which as you can see is a game by Dennis K. Chan, published by Rio Grande Games.
It is for 2 to 4 players. They should be ages 14 and up, but you do you, boo. And it's going to take you about 100 minutes to play.
Excellent. So flipping over to the other side, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but as you can basically see, this is Tech Tree the game, as it were. Left our tags on that one. We picked this up at our friendly local game store.
Get your fun on.
Get your fun on, indeed. But we'll get into this and see what we got going on. It's a fairly big box.
That was quick for you.
Yes, thank you. Been practicing. Alright. Box art.
Gross.
So off the top, we're going to have the instructions. Sure. Yeah, pretty standard.
Yep. Lightweight paper.
Yep. There's not a whole ton of art and examples going on here, just a whole lot of writing. I'm sure this isn't going to be the simplest game in the world, although I'm hoping it makes a lot of sense as you go.
Hopefully. I'm going to say relatively small text.
Relatively small text. See, that's a good point. It's not like it's just, you know, grandma's phone size in here. It's a lot going on in the different places. So as you can see, that was the rules. We're talking about 23 pages with everything going on. Fairly sizable. It's a little catalog.
I love those.
I know you do. Here you go.
What can I buy? We have most of these.
We have most of it, yes. This looks to be, an expert variant.
Ooh, challenge accepted.
I'll say, look at that. A whole more bunch of stuff to do for the expert variant.
Nice.
All right. And now we get to the punch boards, which are so artfully banded together.
I like it.
So what do we got?
To make it feel powerful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. These look like player aids for game end scoring.
High quality player aids, I guess.
And during the turn phases and whatnot. Yeah, they look nice. You're going to see that there is a, generally speaking, art and then white where everything else goes. It does make it look a little stark, I believe. But at the same time, I've been told that once you actually get into the game and start playing, it actually makes it nicer because it's easier to find everything. So that's kind of nice.
Yep.
So we'll put these over to the side. Those are the, like I said, the, washed out a little bit, the player aids. This would be the other thing going on. So without getting too crazy with it, remember I showed you the back and said this is Tech Tree the game. Well, over here there's another board. So that's what this is. This is Deep Space Board. This is where you're going to be basically going out and conquering different planets, colonizing, however you want to call it in your universe.
Colonizing is such a nicer word.
Yes. And then this is the actual player board, which as you can see
is massive.
Is ginormous. Yes. So,
I mean,
see
it's
how much
not like gonna kill your table probably if you have a table that you bought for gaming, but it's a regular size board that's gonna make this video difficult.
I'll say, look, this is how big this board is.
It just keeps going.
Like, we can't even get it all in our frame here.
That's what
but
she
just
said.
just to give you a basic idea, so this is some basic actions that you can do on your turn, and then here's some other guilds that you can work on. Haven't read these rules, so I'm making stabs at some of this. But then this would be your technologies here. So I'm sure they're in here at some point. We may as well, yes, absolutely right here. Would you like to open those, babe?
Certainly.
Excellent. Thank you for saving me from that.
You are most welcome.
All right, and then we also have what seems to be, I'm going to go with coal. It's probably something fancier, but it looks like coal. And
I agree with you.
All right.
Take a look at these cards.
Very nice. So these are, as I was saying, the technologies. You can see that there's different colors of technologies. There's your, neutral, as it were. But then you have the blues, the reds, the greens, the yellows. I'm not really sure how that integrates into that. But, like I was saying earlier, this would be where your texts go. Kind of like this. So in order to get this tech, you would need to have researched this one to get up there, and then some of them over here. Oh, and there's a good example up here as well, where it says both right there.
It's hard
So
to
you
see,
would need,
but-
it is a little hard to see. So you would need both this one and this one to get to that one. Like if it was like that, I would need to research both of these in order to research this one, whereas this one would only need that one to progress forward. As you can see, there are base and then 3 levels, so there's really 4 levels of technology here, and a huge deck of cards.
Huge.
All kinds of different technologies on it. So that's going to increase your replayability because you're not trying to climb up the same tech tree every game. You're making it as you go. All right, so those are all of those, the technologies. And then down here it looks like event cards, maybe? Something in that order. And then these look like scorings. Research your first, that thing. Colonize 4 systems, research all 6 of those things,
Cones.
etc. So it looks like a whole chunk of different things to score, as it were. And then here we get into the planets. So just as an example, you can see this is Alpha Centauri, which has these symbols that mean things on them. Now I do know that this is a, we'll call it a spaceship. It might be a fighter. I don't know. It's a spaceship. But all the different worlds have different art on them and different functions that will do different things during the game. If you were to claim one off of the
Other board that we've covered.
off of here, see, there we go in these slots, and then you would use your ships to go to them, and they each have a different, basically level for colonization. So this would be a colonization of 3, 3, 3. You would basically need 3 of your ships on there in order to claim that, and then put it over in your own tableau, as it were. You can see there's a ton of them that are going to come out as the game progresses, and you get more technology, better ways to get out here and do this kind of thing. As I said, though, this is more of a sideboard, because most of what's going on is going to be going on this board, as far as going through the technologies and getting the special abilities and whatnot. And then just moving further on, hey, here's our usual bag of bags.
Thank you
Some
for those
pegs.
bags.
Now we get into the pretties. So here we got some dice. Now, I don't think you really roll them per se. I think you just use the different sides of them if you'd like to. And some markers that have the player colors and different symbols on them. And then here are the player boards. So as you can see, this is where we're starting to get into where I was talking about everything's just white. So these are 4 different player boards. They are fairly nice. They are double layered, the bottom layer being thicker than the top layer. But they are double layered with little slots to put your dice and your, yeah, exactly.
Oh, sorry.
And then each one of
Rotate
these would be set to something. This is some kind of product, and then when you use it or whatnot, it turns into a spaceship or a person to go out to the board and do things with.
I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm putting things on.
Well, you
things.
sure are putting things on things, so that's excellent. So those are 4 player boards there. Looks like we have 4 more player boards. I'm not really sure why, unless just for variety.
Options, yeah, it looks like. Nope, this one is the same company as this one.
Maybe one set is
Basic and
asymmetric.
advanced.
Yeah.
Here we go. So basic and advanced.
Well, while we're
for
looking,
these.
I wonder if the basics are all the same.
Yeah, basic. Here
so
you go.
that
Here's some
so that a
basic.
basic game while you're learning and whatnot would be everybody is the same.
Or if
And
it's
it
asymmetric.
it does look like that. All the symbols are matching up across all these 4 boards. Whereas you can see on these, they are different. Just looking at this one row. So exactly same companies, just different asymmetric positions and things that happen. Ooh, that's interesting. I know nothing about it, but those are somehow linked. You see the.
Oh.
Okay. That seems to be it for the box, other than their fancy divider that they have going
Oh,
on.
that's thoughtful.
Indeed, I'm gonna crash the
Hit
camera.
the camera.
Apparently.
Yeah.
it's fancy. It's nice. I hope it's functional, as it were.
Right. Oh.
What did you find?
I'm just a little confused by this. It's cut.
I think it's so you can pull the player boards out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, nice little touch.
Yeah, nice.
Right? Excellent. Well, that seems to be everything out of the box in a giant mess. Here, we'll do a little dice pulling for you.
Here, oh, please. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's not okay.
So let's put a little chip
We
corn
had
on
an
top.
agreement.
What? Oh.
We had an agreement.
All right,
We
so I
wouldn't
guess
do
I'm
that.
done. So once again, I want to thank you for joining us.
It was great. We will see you next time.
See you next time.